Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Naisha if you're new here, and in today's video we are going to be trying out a whole bunch of new products. So I have some new Jason Wu for Target that I picked up recently, and a couple of the new things that I picked up at Sephora in my Sephora haul, and I have some new brushes that I picked up during my makeup haul. All the relevant videos, I'll link them down below and in the cards if you haven't seen them, but a bunch of things that I've picked up in my recent haul. Most of them are new. Some of them I used once before and I wanted to try again, like some of the Believe Beauty products. So I have a full face of all of that on my face in this look. This very effortless, I think very springy, summertime ready look. So I'm going to keep the intro short and sweet. If you're interested in seeing all of the new products that I'm trying out from all of my recent hauls, putting it on my face to create this look, please keep on watching. Okay, so we're zoomed in so we can see a little bit better, and we're going to start off with the brows. So I picked up the Jason Wu Groomed by Mr. Wu eyebrow pencil, and I believe I have the color dark or deep. It doesn't say it on the packaging, but it is a nice dark brown thin pencil. So on one side we have the pencil, and on the other side we have a spoolie. So I'm just going to brush through and then fill in my eyebrows with the pencil. Normally I do a pencil first to outline my brows, and then I fill it in with a gel, but since this is all we have, I'm just going to fill it in with the pencil. The pencil is pretty stiff, but it has really good pigment. It's showing up on the skin. A little stiffer than I would like, but it's not the worst. Okay, so it gave us a nice kind of natural brow, which I'm not mad at. The pigment is really sticking onto the skin, so that's really good. Then I picked up the brow mascara, and this one is in Deep. I'm just going to brush that through the brows. This is the color. It's a pretty big brush, but I guess it covers a lot of real estate. I'm just going to brush that through. Okay, so there's the brows so far. Not bad at all. I went ahead and cleaned up under my brows, and I put on some eyeshadow primer. So now we're going to go in with the palette. This is the Flora 9 Prickly Pear palette. It's mostly shimmers and then just one matte that's in the middle. But these two seem to be mattes with some shimmer in it. So they give me matte vibes with some gold shimmer. So we're going to do a pretty simple look. As you can see, there's not a lot going on in the palette. So I'm going to take a pretty small blending brush, and I'm going to go right into the dark brown and put that in the crease. These brushes that I'm using are the brushes that I picked up from EIG Show, I think it's called. I bought it from the website, but I found it on Amazon, so I'll link it down below if you want to check it out. It's an 8-piece brush set, and it's actually pretty cool, pretty cute. I talked about it more in my makeup haul. I'll link that down below if you want to check it out. Some of the things I picked up, this brush set, as well as the Jason Wu stuff, as well as some other things. So again, if you want to check it out, I'll link it. So we're just going to keep this dark brown on the outer V and a little bit in the crease. It's pretty nice and pigmented, so it doesn't require like a lot of packing on. Now we're going to take a bigger blending brush, and we're going to go into that lighter brown with the gold flecks. I'm pretty much going to treat it like a matte. This is a Refer 27, sort of a pointed blender brush. So we're going to blend around the edges of that darker color and bring it into the crease. You do see some gold flecks, but it's really performing like a matte. It's a nice warm brown color. Then with my finger, I'm going to go into this bronzy color over here and put that on the lid. It's going on really good with the finger. It's not too thick. Was given a nice shine. The way this palette is set up, it's very runway ready, that type of makeup that they do. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting. Pretty nice and simple and effortless. I'm gonna go ahead and throw on some lashes. They're not new lashes. I'm just gonna throw some on and I'll be right back. Okay, so we have the lashes on. The glue is still drying a little bit, but I just put on some lashes. I smudged some Pat McGrath black coffee along the lash line, and I threw the lashes on. As you can see, the look is just nice, easy, effortless, because that's the vibe that this palette was giving me. So now let's move on to the skin. For primer, this is one of the things that was really intriguing me, is the Magic Matte Oil. So essentially it's an oil that mattifies the skin. There are no instructions on the bottle, so I'm just going to take a couple drops and just, you know, rub it all over my skin. Comes with a nice little dropper. Just get a couple drops and let's see. It definitely feels like an oil, but it's supposed to mattify the skin. The more I rub it in, I do feel like it's getting matte. It doesn't feel oily at all. It literally doesn't feel like I have oil in my skin at all. Maybe it did mattify my skin. And that's pretty interesting. So I don't have a particularly new foundation, but I wanted to try this out again. This is the Believe Beauty Skin Finish Foundation. I have the color Hazelnut, which was a little too warm for me. I did a full face of Believe Beauty. This is the line that's exclusive to Dollar General. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it in the cards and down below for you to check it out. There were some hits and misses, and I really enjoyed the foundation, but I felt like the color was a little bit too warm for me. So I went to get a color that was closer to my skin tone. The one that I thought would have worked better was called Sand, but that was all sold out at my Dollar General. So I got this one that's pretty light. So I'm going to mix the two and see if I can come up with something that's a little bit closer to my skin tone. Like I said before, I really did enjoy the formula of this foundation, just, you know, because it's from Dollar General, you know, the shade range is limited. So let's just mix the two together and see. Let's see what we come up with. It's looking better already. Yeah, looking much better already. Alright, so let's blend this in. Much better. Still same beautiful finish on the skin. It's annoying to have to mix two colors together to get your color, but sometimes as women of color, this is what we have to do, especially when there's such limited shade range on the darker side. There were a lot of different shades on the lighter side. If you watch my stories on Instagram, I went into the store and I was showing the entire kiosk and all the different colors that they have, and of course there were a lot of colors that were on the lighter side, but not a lot that were on the darker side. There were like maybe 3. And the one that would have worked best for me, Sand, was sold out, unavailable. So this is what has to happen sometimes. If you really like the foundation and the finish of it, you know, that's what you do. And it's affordable too. It's like a $5 foundation, so you get double the size for $10. Not bad at all. Now if it was like a $30 foundation, hell no. They don't want me buying their stuff, I ain't buying. Okay, so this is it all blended out, and this looks so pretty. So pretty on the skin. Really good match. I'm also going to use the highlighter from Believe Beauty. This is in the color beige, and it's a pretty good color for my skin tone. I'm going to let it sit for a sec so it can dry down and give me a little bit more coverage. But on the cheek, I'm going to go in with this Kaja Play Bento blendable sculpting trio. This is in number 2 Cloud Latte. So it's a trio that has a cream bronzer, a blush, and a highlighter. So we're going to use the cream bronzer. I'm just going to go right in with my beauty blender right into it, and we're going to bronze up the skin. Yeah, I don't really see much. This one's not deep enough for me, unfortunately. You can see a little bit. It's very subtle. Maybe I'll try the darker one, number 3. And this is pretty affordable. I think it was like $25. In the meanwhile, we're going to use the Believe Beauty contour stick that I used in my last video. Give me a little bit of definition. Is that bronzer? It's trying to play me. Okay, now I'm going to blend out the concealer. Okay, so there we have everything blended out. The skin is looking so good. Okay, so I'm not quite sure what my camera decided to cut off on me, but I already went ahead and set my under eyes and the rest of my T-zone with the Jason Wu Ready Set Matte Powder It is a very finely milled powder. You can see it's leaving a little bit of white on my face, but I'm going to dust it off. To dust it off, we're going to use the Sephora Micro Smooth Powder in Tan. Just going to take this big fluffy brush from the EIG show. It's very dusty. And dust it over the rest of my face and also removing any excess powder. The setting powder is very matte, so if you like matte skin, it's definitely giving me that. The Micro Smooth Powder, they didn't lie when they said your skin looks blurred. It's definitely giving me a blurry effect. You're still seeing some of the white from that setting powder, but hopefully that'll go away with the setting spray. But my skin does look really smooth. Okay, I don't have a powder bronzer, so I'm just going to put some of this one on from this Pure palette that I have. Warm my face back up a little bit. For blush and highlight, we're going to go back into the Cutetrini Trio. And I'm going to go into the blush. It's a very beautiful peachy blush. That's a really pretty color. And it goes on nice and soft too. And then we're going to jump into the highlight. It's also gold with a little hint of peach. It's a pretty nice highlight, not too icy. Nice peachy color, goes really well with the blush. I'm going to dust over everything. A big fluffy brush. And now we're going to go in with the Magical Spell Setting Spray. And I believe this is matte. Okay, so that set the skin nicely. It has a really nice spray, pretty strong. Doesn't really have much of a scent to it that I can think of. It did leave a couple splotches on my skin that I had to kind of buff out with my sponge. But other than that, the skin looks nice and matte. Almost like a satin matte. Not matted at all. Most of the powderiness has definitely gone away with the setting spray. So now let's finish up the eyes. The eyes are going to be pretty easy. I'm going to smudge this dark brown on the lower lash line. Then I'm going to blend it out with this lighter brown. Then on the brow bone and inner corner, we're going to go with this beautiful gold. Okay, and now lastly for lips. So I have one of the Jason Wu lipsticks in Cannoli. So it's a nice sort of nudie pink color. On the peachy side, that is beautiful. So first I'm going to line my lips with this Dose of Colors. It's actually an eyeliner in Unbox that I got in my BoxyCharm. That's already up if you want to check it out. So I'm going to use that to line my lips. And then we're going to go in with this lipstick. It's beautiful. It's giving me Omo Beauty vibes. Okay, that is a very pretty color. It's a really nice everyday peachy brown nude. It goes nicely with our neutral eyes. Okay, so that's pretty much everything. I'm gonna go finish up the look, mascara, stuff like that. Zhuzh myself up a little bit, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, and here I'm back with the finished look. Let's talk about the new stuff that I used. The Jason Wu stuff. So that matte oil, it really did leave my skin a little bit, it really did mattify my skin. Everything that I used today pretty much mattified my skin. So my skin really does look matte, which I'm usually not a fan of my skin looking so matte anymore. I prefer to have more of a skin-like finish. So, you know, the mattifying oil definitely mattified my skin. The setting spray is also matte. The setting powder, I feel like it's still giving me, like I'm seeing some of the white cast from the powder still on my skin. So not my favorite, but it did really smooth everything out. The Sephora Micro Smooth Powder, love that. Love how blurred and smooth my skin looked after using it. One of my favorite things I used today. The Cutetrini Trio, the bronzer definitely doesn't work for me, but the blush and the highlight are very, very pretty. The highlight's a little bit icy, but I'm not too mad at it, and I love the tone of the blush. I might exchange it for the darker one, I don't know yet. We'll see. The eyeshadow palette, this palette was just screaming to me just very effortless, very everyday, very neutral type of vibe. So that's what I went for. Very easy, 3 colors on the eye, you know, just do it and get out. So everything blended out nicely. The mattes blended out nicely, even the one that has the gold flecks in it, the warm brown in the crease, that one blended out really nice as well. The eyebrow products, the pencil's a little bit stiff, but it really feels like the pigment stuck onto my skin, which is really good, especially summer is coming up. You're going to be sweating. We don't want to sweat our eyebrows off. The eyebrow gel, it really does feel like my eyebrows have some hold to it and had a little bit of pigment to it. So if you have a lot of eyebrows and all you need to do is just brush that through your brows, you're good to go. The lip, love this color, love this color. It's a comfortable matte formula. This I would actually wear matte and not have to put a gloss over it because it's actually really comfortable, and this is a beautiful color. I'm loving this color. So I think that's everything. So let me know, what do you think of the look, or nice effortless everyday type of look, and what do you think about the products? I will link everything down below if it's still available. Don't forget, if you're shopping at Target, to get your $5 gift card for every $20 that you spend. And that is pretty much it. Let me know all of your thoughts on the products down below, and if you're going to pick anything up. And thank you so much for watching all the way through to the end. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching all the way through to the end, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.